Good morning. This is day 8 and I'm starting my climb out of Unicoi Gap. So my first little stop will be at Indian Grave Gap, 2.7 miles away. It is 8 o'clock and I was just dropped off by a shuttle driver named Grace. She is a through hiker. She is awesome. If anybody's up this way and she's available, I would definitely look her up. I guess I should have asked her if it was okay to even mention her. I don't know. Maybe I'll text her later. But today is going to be a bit of a challenge. We have 3 pretty good climbs, Tray Mountain being the last one. Depending on how I feel, I may actually try to push up over Kelly Knob and roll in the Deep Gap. I think a Deep Gap today. It is Sunday. Saturday I took a day off. Had some weather roll in. I had some things to take care of. I tried to film this when I was coming into the gap right there on Friday to get picked up, but unfortunately all my batteries were dead, so I figured I would do that, take care of that this morning. There's supposed to be an ultra runner out here today, trying to do he's training for some kind of unsupported world record coming up at some point. I think this is him I see running down here in the parking lot, so I keep looking at. Unsupported means everything he does is on his own, everything he carries, everything he picks up, it's just him. But anyway, we have ourselves a good climb. It's just after 8. We're headed somewhere up there. So with all that said, let's get to work. This is the first official blaze of the morning. And there's going to be a lot of this today. A lot of it. There's some fella on a kilt chasing me. That's Loner. Whenever I get around to editing and putting today together, it might just be a lot of, well, it might be a lot of my Insta360 bouncing around as me and him have deep conversations, philosophical. Sound like a couple of old hens gossiping is what we sound like. But it has been an absolutely wonderful morning, and I am so thankful to be out here. Everything is the way it's supposed to be, and it's about to get better. When I say beautiful and amazing, and you can only use that for so long.
I don't know. I don't think you can use it if you're sincere.
Yeah, I kind of think I'm just going to start saying that everything is the way it's supposed to be out here.
Yeah.
Because even if it was just pissing rain on us right now, man, I'd be eating this up. I mean, there's no doubt about it. One of my favorite movies growing up was Stand By Me.
Yeah.
And I think one reason that movie kind of resonates is my grandfather used to always take me to this trestle, and we'd get on these tracks, and God, I mean, it probably wasn't that far, but you know, as a kid, man, it's a long way. And we'd go down to this trestle, and I kind of hate that they tore the old trestle out, because it used to actually be wood cross ties. You could smell the tar and creosote and everything. That in itself was part of the charm. They tore it down, put a bunch of concrete in. Let's face it, man, concrete instead of wood kind of sucks. Just the way it's supposed to be. I've already got 5 miles in, about 3 hours. I have been stopping, readjusting my pack, taking pictures, letting other hikers by, talking, just you know, things just kind of dig into your time a little bit. But this isn't a race. Fact is, I'm probably pushing a little bit too hard. Like I said earlier, I don't know where I'm staying this evening. There's something up here in my head telling me to try and push all the way to the other gap, which is over 16 miles. After this climb, there is still another steep climb. I'm gonna see how I feel. But if I arrange a shuttle back into Hiawassee for another night, I might do that and just get a fresh start in the morning. I was going to stay at Around the Bend hostel, but I hear that it's full. I hear it stays full. I think what I'm going to do, even if I can't stay in town tonight, I might just go in there tomorrow, pick up my resupply, sort through my food bag, take what I can, leave whatever I don't use that somebody else might use, and head back on trail there at Unicoi Gap. I am not believing this. I mean, I have to make it there first, but that is the last gap in Georgia. And after that gap, well, that'll be kind of a special day. It's a sign everybody takes a picture of, so it's not like it's new, but it'll be new to me. And I'm looking forward to it. Well, let's get to the top of this thing. So this is Trey Mountain Shelter. Stopped here. I gotta stop doing that. Stopped here for some lunch. It's actually a really nice shelter. Little benches on both sides. Obviously this side's in the sun, so it's the one you want to be in today, because that breeze is kind of chilly. All right. There has been a change of plans. I've been walking with a loner, and he was what they call slack packing. Basically, he has bare minimum gear, safety gear, if you would, to get across the gaps or from gap to gap. Minimum food and just clothing. What he was going to do is get to the other gap and go into one of the hostels, and the hostel seems to be full, unless there's like a last minute cancellation. So I've been thinking about the weather that's coming in next week, and I really want to get into Franklin without having to walk multiple days in chilly, wet weather. So what I'm going to do is we're going to push for our first 16 plus mile day. I have a shuttle scheduled to pick me up at 7 o'clock Me and Loner's going to try and go into town. Hopefully we can get us a room tonight, and then we'll get a shuttle back out in the morning, get back on trail at Dix Creek Gap, and push into North Carolina basically. But it is funny how things change out here. It happens quite often. It's been pretty steady for me for the most part, because I've been trying to really keep my miles somewhat low to just make sure, you know, I don't get injured. I mean, basically, I keep saying that, but that's just the bottom line. Like, I don't want to go home, so I want to try and stay out here as much as possible. But anyway, we're going to try and make this next 11 miles. We do have a big climb that we have to go up, and it's very steep. And I want to say it's, golly, it's like maybe within a mile or something. It's almost 800-900 feet or something like that. Again, I have to look at the guide and see what the elevation is, but it's not going to be fun. Actually, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. But either way, that's what we're out here for, right?